Bobby! You're a stupid, arrogant fraud! But kiss me anyway because you can play guitar. Let's get married tonight!
If you know anything about Spain, it's that 1. He's the hottest thing since sex. 2. The plainest thing since the color gray. 3. A possible child predator.
He's a molester! He's a child molester!
Spain in his prime was a very powerful nation who had many countries under his control. However, as time went on, he lost his power when he became dirt poor. He soon became bossed around by his former ally France, and survived mainly through his marriage with the Habsburg Empire. He soon lost his powerful empire as those under him began to secede, leaving him with the useless Romano. But he too left, leaving Spain on his own. Despite his bad luck, Spain retains a positive outlook and endures a lot of his eternal poverty with a smile. Spain notoriously follows his own pace, and often says unintentionally rude things without thinking. His obliviousness has caused him to be taken advantage of by others, France and England especially. That's not to say Spain doesn't get angry. He still has a grudge on England and America, and is somewhat petty towards France. It just takes a lot to actually upset him. When he is angry, run. He likes tomatoes, olive oil, women, bullfighting, ancient weaponry, bad fashion choices, playing guitar during phone calls, being a simp, and alcohol. Don't give him alcohol. If you do, run. Netherlands was once under Spain's influence, something he was very bitter about. This led to him seeking his independence against Spain. The two are polar opposites, with Spain's obliviousness usually grating on Netherlands' nerves. Despite their bad blood, Spain still sees himself and Netherlands as close friends, while under his gruff demeanor, Netherlands is shown to still care for Spain as well. Especially when money is involved. Similar to Netherlands, Belgium was under Spain's influence, but while Netherlands rebelled, Belgium stayed by Spain's side despite her love for her brother. The two remained very close before and after she became an independent country. Probably the most normal Spain ship, but since she's a chick.
Come on, Gromit, we've got to hide the body! There's no cheese and crackers in prison, Gromit! Now come on!
Spain and England were longtime rivals of overseas trading. This ended very badly for Spain as England took an almost sadistic pleasure in beating him. He even helped Portugal in his battles against Spain. Out of spite, Spain was one of the many countries who helped America in the American Revolution. This didn't end well for him. While in modern times Spain is mostly over their troubled history, he still holds a grudge against England. Spain and France are noted to have an undesirable relationship. Despite growing up together, France has no issue taking advantage of a weakened Spain. He has taken advantage of his airheadedness to molest him numerous times, and had no problem looting Spain. His unfortunate money situation resulted in him siding with France over his own personal opinions. Though it took a while, Spain recognizes how bad his relationship with France truly is. In modern day, however, the two are on better terms as both Spain and France has gone through massive character development.
We should never see the other one as better.
A longtime friend of Spain, though that doesn't mean Prussia doesn't grate on Spain's nerves. The two share many similar interests, such as an obsession with both of the Italy brothers, a love of battle, and a fall from power. Compared to France, Spain is much closer to Prussia, even her mirroring his grandiose storytelling. Portugal and Spain have a long history, which Portugal has no issue exploiting to get Spain to do what he wants. They were once longtime rivals in their prime, with Portugal having the upper hand most of the time. Not helping is his alliance with England. Portugal often teases Spain about his fallen empire while being in a similar situation himself, but the two are quite close and talk often. They are noted to look very similar, even getting confused for each other due to their similar faces. Mentioning this is the quickest way to upset both of them. Or the shippers. While not shown together often in the series, Spain is shown to fear Russia like everyone else, but not afraid to interact with him like most nations. One born in the sun, the other born in winter. Spain is stuck in poverty while Russia grew into a legit superpower. Spain is noted to have a similar dark side as Russia when angered. The two also share a typically cheery demeanor. Spain seem mainly close to Germany through their connection with Italy, however in modern times, Spain has come to overly rely on Germany for financial support. Spain tends to grate on Germany nerves due to his carefree nature conflicting with Germany's seriousness. Initially, Spain helped America gain independence, and is very fond of him. Spain soon begins to see America as much as a problem as England was. Maybe even worse. America not only fought Spain to regain all the states of the country, preluding the events of the Alamo, but also took Cuba from Spain in a rather dubious way.
Wait, Spain controls Cuba. Well, blame something on them and go to war. What should we blame on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they blame the Maine on Spain.
Spain still has a grudge over their past, and expresses it in a playful way such as pranks. He makes a habit of kicking America in his knees to the point America has solidified himself against any potential attack. According to Hetalia, in the past Spain took care of Monaco, before she got fed up with him and went to France. Which is saying a lot. While not shown, notes say Spain did her many unwanted favors. Maybe similar to his relationship with Romano? But since Monaco wasn't lazy, she felt looked down upon. Apparently France provided her a kind of freedom. Which is saying a lot. Though this is not to say Monaco would be against dating a flirt like Spain, too bad pursuing a relationship with her might lead him into further poverty. Spain has had an obsession with Italy since his youth which surpasses Prussia's. Luckily he got stuck with Romano, or else it would have been a fanfic writer's wet dream. Spain often compares the two Italy brothers though as they got older, he's more often seen with Romano, and has grown to appreciate him more. Spain is shown to still have feelings for Italy, but he is quick to take Italy's obliviousness as rejection, and leaves him in Austria's care despite winning ownership of him acting like a heartbroken suitor. Similar to his relationship with Romano, Spain and Italy never seem to be on the same wavelength, yet are very similar, concerning their carefree natures, often frustrating Romano, and their relationship with Germany. In the past, the two were rivals over the ownership of Italy. Spain lost of course. They eventually married for business, and Spain usually got the short stick. The marriage was simply for political reasons. The two didn't even live together. Despite this, the two were close friends. After a while, their marriage began to lose its purpose. Spain repeatedly sided with and against Austria numerous times because of his poor finances. Eventually they got divorced and went their separate ways. Despite their rocky relationship, there seems to be no bad blood between the two. While polar opposites, the two share similarities of being former empires, once powerful fighters, and caretakers of an Italy brother. The most common Spain and Romano ship which is well regarded, despite its similarities to another ship. Spain became responsible for caring for Romano after Austria won ownership of Italy. However, as time went on, Romano became less of an employee and more of a spoiled child Spain had to watch over. Spain is the first person to genuinely care for Romano as a person outside of his inheritance, and tolerates a lot of his annoying traits like his rude personality, and bedwetting problem. People tend to demonize their relationship, but have you ever had to care for a child, or even a demon spawn of a sibling?
Chris, listen to me. Put down the gun and let the marching band go. We'll play it off as a prank.
Spain's habit of taking care of Romano is noted as the reason Romano is so short, especially compared to his younger brother. This dependency also caused Romano to mooch off of bigger nations for protection to avoid work when Spain is unable to support him. It's not as if the duo's relationship is perfect, but without Spain, Romano probably would be in the hands of someone much worse, and had a less happy childhood. After Romano becomes independent, his and Spain's relationship is still close, and is on more equal ground. As an adult, Romano is shown wanting to still rely on Spain, but he also hopes to one day return the favor. When he isn't being a tsundere. However, Spain occasionally still treats Romano as a kid.
But what does that have to do with anything?
No, he's got a point.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.